Marcus, I know you didn't get into the end zone today, but Nick Jones did, and I noticed that you guys had kind of a nice moment out there after he scored a touchdown. One of your teachers from Burns was standing next to me, and she actually started crying after the play. Can you talk about that?
Oh man, felt like deja vu. Back at Burns again. I mean, he would score, I would score. I mean, he got him one, and just proud of him. I mean, he's worked hard, and he deserved it.
Marcus, the performance by the offense, so many guys touching the ball today and making big plays. What do you attribute that to? Because obviously that hadn't happened in the last couple of games. Did something change in practice? Did something change besides it being Connor Shaw, or was it having Connor Shaw on the field?
That's going to be important, for the rest of the season. We got so many weapons out here, and I really don't think it was a change. We just decided. We got all this speed, we got all this, quickness out here. We got to use it, and I mean, we used it today, and see what the score was.
Marcus in the back here. How you feeling right now? I mean, after a game like this, even though you didn't score with the offense, the way they put up the numbers today, this huge win. How are you feeling? How's the locker room feeling right now, man?
Oh man, it was, just excitement in the locker room after the game, and everybody feels good, and. We know, we knew what we were capable of, and we still have points out there, so we still haven't reached our potential. But we know what we're capable of, and we just got to keep it going for the rest of the season.
Marcus, you mentioned the speed and the talent on the team. What we saw from the offense today, is this what you expected during the preseason with all the hype and the build-up going into the season?
Definitely. And, we had a lot of good recruits come in, and they knew they was going to help us, Brandon Wiles and Demir Bird. And, we already had weapons here. We got 7, 8 receivers that could play anywhere. And, this is what I expected. And, if we keep it going, we're going to have a high-powered offense.
Marcus, first drive of the third quarter for you guys, you came out and you had about 30 yards rushing, I think, on that drive, and you capped it off with another touchdown pass. I guess when Nick caught his. How nice was it for you to be a part of the offense in that way, and then see somebody else you kind of set up that play with all of your rushes in there?
That's the game plan. We just want to be a team that can run the ball whenever we want and throw the ball whenever we want. And if we can do that, we're going to be a real good offense. And it just felt good, seeing all these guys get in the end zone. I'm excited. Everybody's excited. It was a lot of emotion out there.
Marcus, was this a situation where Kentucky was just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time, that this team was bound to explode at some point, and Kentucky just happened to be the sort of the unlucky souls that stepped off the bus this morning?
Yeah, kind of, but they beat us last year, so we came in with a mentality that they beat us, and we gotta beat them, and we had the lead at halftime, but we had the lead at halftime last year too, so we didn't take that for granted, and we just kept piling it on. The defense did a great job.
Marcus, was you not surprised at the quarterback play, and was the quarterback switch not that big of a deal to the team?
I wasn't surprised at all. I knew what Connor was capable of, and I don't think it was a big deal. Personally, I think, the main thing for a quarterback is confidence, and that's what he has. He came out there with a lot of confident in us and the O-line and in himself, most of all, and he did a great job.
Marcus, Coach Spurrier acted any differently this week? He seemed like more vintage Spurrier in his play calling today. He came in here, he had a little pep in his step. Have y'all seen that in practice leading up to this week or in the game today?
He called a great game, and I really don't remember anything back from when he was at Florida, but he got all these weapons, and he used them all today. And, it was a great show.
Marcus, talk a little bit about Bruce and the run that he made. I think that's what everybody expected when he decided to play football.
Oh yeah, and he's explosive. I seen that in the Shrine Bowl when I played with him, and I knew he was gonna break one sooner or later. Because mean, he's that talented. He can play running back, receiver. I mean, and he exploded through that hole. He's real fast. I mean, it's gonna be a lot more of him this season. Can't wait to see it.
Nobody likes to lose, but looking back, do you think that last week's game may be a blessing in disguise and maybe lighting a fire under this team for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I kind of do it. I mean, last year, you know, Kentucky lost. It didn't make or break our season either. And, you know, we finished well last year. I mean, that loss last week didn't make or break our season. And this win isn't either, so we got to get focused for, just tough Mississippi State on the road.
Marcus, back here, we all know how much coach is involved in the offense, obviously, how well he wants to see you guys do. Just a couple minutes ago, he said to us he had no idea that Melvin even played today in the game because he was a little dinged up. He thought he didn't play today. Does that kind of shock you? Kind of surprised that he wouldn't even realize that?
You know, he's into the game. You know, he's just like one of us, one of the players. You know, he's into the game. I think he wish he was out there, but I mean, you know, he's just so into the game.